Okay, going home. During a recent conversation with a friend, we were talking about famous people who we have met over the years. And I mentioned to him that I've had many close encounters with famous people. During the times that my wife and I have traveled over the years, whether it's New York or Washington, we always encounter somebody famous. Even when we travel to other countries, it never fails that we're at the airport and we meet somebody famous. And my friend asked if I have asked for autographs or if I have taken pictures with these famous people. And I was telling him that I've always had this problem that whenever I meet somebody who's famous, I get starstruck, and I always have this preconceived idea of what it would be like to meet somebody famous, but then when it has actually happened, I don't know what to say. A story that I remember very clearly is a time that we were in New York City and we were walking down the street and we came to an intersection and my family crossed the street and I got stuck at the red light. And so I was waiting for the light to turn green. I looked over to the person next to me, and standing right next to me was Robert Klein, one of my favorite comedians at the time. And so I looked at him and he looked at me, and obviously he realized that I recognized him, and all I could say was hi, and he said hi back in a kind of sarcastic way, and that was all I could say. You have to understand that at that time, I was very familiar with his comedy routine. A friend and I used to dialogue back and forth with the lines from his comedy routines, so I could have said something creative, but instead all I could say was, hi. I remember another time that I was at a bike festival, and I knew there was going to be this famous character, or at least he was famous at the time, from this TV show to sign autographs. And so I waited in line for a long time, and when I got to the front of the line, I looked at him and he looked at me and he got a copy of his picture ready to sign it, and I didn't say anything. And then he just looked at me and said, okay, boss. And then he just signed something generic like best wishes. So anyway, when I walked away with a picture, I felt very foolish because I actually wanted to get an autograph and put somebody's name on it. I remember one time I was in LA with a friend and we were driving down the street and I noticed that we passed a tattoo parlor where Kat Von D worked. And I told my friend, turn around, go around the block so we can stop by to see if she's there. And so we parked the car and we started to walk over, and then I forgot something in the car, so I told my friend, I'll catch up with you. And she went on ahead. So the next thing I know, my friend is running back and saying, hurry, hurry. They say that if you hurry up right now, that she's doing a tattoo and you can watch it. And so I got to go in and I got to watch her do a tattoo. I never did actually get to meet her, but I wonder if I would have reacted the same way if I would have met her, not knowing what to say. And I know it's silly for a man my age to get starstruck like that, but it happens to me with everyone. It even happened to me once with our local sportscaster. So maybe one of these days, when I'm a little bit more mature, I'll finally know what to say when I meet somebody famous. My goodness.